Hello, welcome to another video here on the Sega Revival. And today we're going to be talking about, well, we went over the Game Gear, but we haven't went over the accessories you can get with the Game Gear. So right here is the travel case, and within this is the Game Gear, all of its accessories, and games. So we'll get into it. Open it up, and you'll see here everything nicely laid out in here. So this right here is the first piece I want to talk about. I ran out of AA batteries this morning. My Game Gear went dead, and that tends to happen with the AA since it drains through them fairly fast. This came in handy. Plugged it in. I let it charge last night, overnight. It takes 8 hours to charge, so kind of needed to. Came in handy. Plugged it into the Game Gear, turned it back on, and I was able to play my game a little longer. It's a very nice accessory. If you don't have AA batteries, you can just recharge this pack and use the pack. And now the next thing I want to talk about here is the TV tuner. Now, granted, this isn't going to do you any good in today's time, in the year 2023. Analog channels are all not really a thing anymore. It's all been converted to digital. But this used to give you the capability of watching TV on your Game Gear on the go. You'd just pop it into the top right here, and you'd turn your Game Gear on, and you'd tune into your channel right there. So this was a really cool accessory back in the day. A very cool accessory. It was a really, really neat piece. But the main event, the main piece that makes this all so incredible is the lens, which, as you can see, magnifies. So I'll put it on the Game Gear here. And this folds down like that and up. And there we have the lens, or the, what did they call this? The original wide gear. So as you can see, it magnifies the screen quite a bit. You can fold it up. It's not an official brand, but it does get the job done. So there's so many accessories for the Game Gear and so many great games. I wanted to cover the accessories and everything with the Game Gear. So we get it all bundled back up, and there it is, our Game Gear. So I wanted to just talk about the accessories a little bit, kind of, and show you, these systems are still cool today. They're still fun today. I recommend the Game Gear. The Sega Genesis is still cool and still fun. Streets of Rage, just for me, it's always Streets of Rage. That game, I love the Streets of Rage games. Vectorman is a very good game series. Even the Echo games, Echo the Dolphin, is fun. Golden Axe 2, the Sonic the Hedgehog games, Ghouls and Ghosts, I believe it is. Yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts on the Sega Genesis. So there's so many games, and a lot of those games that I mentioned are games that we will play on this channel while talking about Sega and their competitors at the time, which was Nintendo. And don't get me wrong, Nintendo did absolutely amazing. Super Nintendo, great console. I recommend that to anyone who's into retro gaming and retro video game stuff. Um, the Super Nintendo was released in '91, so it came out the same year as this puppy right here. Um, but that's a home console. This is a portable console. And that had plenty of good games on it too that I could go off and name, you know. So I recommend that system as well. But back to Sega. Um, Plenty of more Genesis stuff coming to the channel, more gameplay. I just did a Streets of Rage video, and that at the end cuts out. My camera had died, so I just uploaded what I had of it. But yeah, so we have Streets of Rage gameplay up now, and I plan to do Streets of Rage 2 and 3, and obviously the Sonic games. Play some of the Sonic games as well. It's gonna be a blast, you know. It's gonna be a good time, fun time, playing all these games, and yeah, it's just crazy that what inspired this channel is Tyler Esposito over at My Retro Life. His videos are, I mean, I've seen them all. I've seen them. I've been through everything on that channel. I mean, his channel is loaded with amazing content, and what got me was the Genesis Power Team video, and realizing it's just seeing all those games plus seeing him and his father connect, and it's just really cool, you know. And then seeing him grow up with all these Sega games, these Nintendo games, all these old retro games, you know. I'm only 18. I didn't grow up with these, so seeing it on video is really cool, and it kind of gives you an idea of what it was, and that's what got me into the retro video game scene, I guess. He has so many videos, and he's an awesome guy. I would love to do a collaboration video. That would be dream come true. Collaboration video with Tyler Esposito over at My Retro Life would be a pretty cool video. I feel like that would be, I would love that. That'd be awesome. But that's my video on the Sega Game Gear and its accessories. I do recommend the Sega Game Gear to anyone who doesn't own one. However, there are some things I should mention, being the capacitor issue, which is most Game Gears now are going to have failed capacitors on either the soundboard or the screen may have failed capacitors. And for me, it's the screen that's going bad. And for some people, it's both the screen and the sound, or some people, it's just the sound that's gone bad. I still have sound on my Game Gear. My screen is just a little messed up. So I need to do a cap replacement on this device here. So I recommend doing a capacitor replacement on any Game Gear that you get. If it's working, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. But cap replacement will definitely help improve the lifetime of the console, how much longer it'll last, you know. Just keep these things going, you know. It'll keep them going. So that's my video on Sega Game Gear and its accessories completely. I will be doing a video on Genesis related stuff soon. So yeah, that's it for today's video. And for now, have a nice day.